So now we are headed into the analyze phase of Six Sigma. Recording. Hello, Mr. Recording, are you on? Started. Okay. So I am saying what we've done so far, we've done our defined phase project charter. We got our charter approved. We went to measure phase. We did our measure phase, but define and measure were mostly around our project Y. We haven't spoken about we haven't done anything about the factors. This is your first endeavor as an individual from a documentation standpoint. The start of the analyze phase, which will be with identification of the potential factors for your project Y. Let us assume that we were doing a project on, let us say we were doing a project on quality score, or we are doing a project on CSAT score. So here we are saying that the deliverable for you is to identify the potential causes of your project Y, and that is why we are doing this entire structure. This entire setup is about identification of the potential factors. When you set out to identify your potential factors, there could be several methods that could be used. One easy method, obviously, will be brainstorming. You will reach out to your on the ground team. You may want to reach out to the subject matter experts. You may want to reach out to outside experts. You may want to talk to leaders within your own organization to identify what could be the possible contributor, what are the things that may actually impact. And suddenly, you have generative AI like ChatGPT, etc., which are able to give you a lot of deeper insight into what are the potential causes. So I don't know whether we should call it, or maybe we should put it in a separate head. Let's not call it brainstorming. Well, let's call it brainstorming. Are you guys willing to call it a brainstorming method? Or do you want to use some, do you want to call it something else?
Brainstorming only, sir. We are also using the same terminology.
So one method I'm saying is brainstorming. Brainstorming will come with its own set of complications. Please realize that people aren't easy to interact with. There are some people who are introverts. There are some people who are extroverts. In an organizational environment, you will have designation challenges. So you will have to plan your brainstorming in such a manner that you are able to get ideas from people around you. You have to realize that. Now, this is my own understanding. Some people will respond to you only in a formal environment. Meeting bulao, official, do your official meeting, only then will they open up with you. There are some people who may not want to talk to you in an official environment. Take them out for a cup of tea, for a drink, and they will open their heart with you. Are you with me, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Brainstorming is super crucial. I'll quote you a couple of stories. I was working here uh, near a, a place nearby. It's called Khurja. They are manufacturers of porcelain equipments. One of their customers, a Fortune 123 company, told us to approach them because their deliveries were never happening on time. When we reached the factory, the owner of the factory, that Darji, told us that there is a Mr. Abdul. He is the one managing the show. He is the one who is running the show. But this man was illiterate, maybe class 8th, class 9th pass. And when we approached him for ideas on the ground team, when we are approaching him for ideas, he would never open up. He would never give us what is not working right. Took us about 4 or 5 visits, and we were about a group of about 5 or 6 consultants going to that factory for 5 hours every day. So from a consulting perspective, we spent about 120 hours, but we still did not have the main stakeholder, main leader of the on the ground team open up with us. Suddenly, one of my teammates, he said, uh, Pranay, please do not force me to wear formal clothes today. Let me handle today's assignment my own way. I agreed. So this gentleman took to that for that particular meeting. He was very informally dressed. And the moment he reached the factory, he reached out to Abdul, started talking about the climate, the crop, and everything other than what we wanted to know. After 15-20 minutes, he asked Abdul for a cup of tea. Before he went out with Abdul, he asked me to give him the recorder. Trust you me, 30 minutes later, when he came back, he had recording for exactly everything that we needed. Possibly, our formal clothes were the inhibitors for Abdul. When they found out that he is a very senior consultant, he wasn't willing to open up. But the moment they took him out for an informal meeting, uh, he absolutely gave his best. Gave his best. Outcome being that we were able to get to the bottom of the issue, understand the problem at hand very quickly. Leaders, especially, you see a lot of organizational chemistries. Departments always will be at loggerheads. In my previous job, I saw that the HR head and the vice president operations were almost at a loggerhead. Whatever proposal the HR would bring about, the operations did not agree. Whatever proposal the operations would bring about, the HR would be very vocal in opposition. You will have to understand these challenges before you conduct brainstorming. You have to be very respectful. You have to ensure that you listen hard. Brainstorming is a very important piece. Uh, I have spent a lot of years at General Electric, and in my years, one of the GE World Healthcare heads was with us, and I was young at that time. So I approached. We three colleagues approached him to say, if we needed personal advice, what are the top 3 skills that we should learn in order to be successful? And Rath Rutherfield told me that, Pranay, you need 3 skills: brainstorming, brainstorming, and brainstorming. The world understands that it is a very crucial skill to be able to get ideas from people. You will never have all the answers. Everyone with me on this thought?
Yes, sir. It is
And
more like a
trust you
sting
me.
operation you have done.
Not just me. So, Naveen, there are some people who will not talk to you unless there is a meeting, there is a leader. There are
Yeah,
some people
that's
who will
yes.
only talk to you over a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Then their ideas flow like magic. You
And
will have to
unfortunately,
understand
we
all this.
had the same experience here, sir.
And I personally, because I have been on the other side, I have been a very rude manager. So when I have already burnt my bridge with my team, and then when I come back to my team to ask them about ideas, they would refrain from sharing their ideas. Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Naveen, Dhanushree.
There would be a fear,
Ah,
like some
I
hesitation.
am very poor. I'm very poor at handling mediocrity. You give me an unintelligent idea, I will immediately make fun of you. So now what happened? Naveen understood that my vice president is very rude. But sadly, my vice president will also decide on my appraisal, my promotion, etc. So I make a fool out of myself. Next time, before when I ask you in a meeting, Naveen, do you have any ideas? You feel that I would rather keep quiet than talk to this monkey about anything. Are you guys with me?
Yes, sir.
Siddhant, I often ask my team, बताओ इसके लिए क्या करें? And if they were to tell me an incomplete solution, instead of being respectful, I will tell them, are you stupid? Siddhant, outcome kya hua? You burnt your bridge. That poor kid will never open up his mouth again. The day he opens up his mouth, it is possibly about telling you that he's leaving the company. And this is very sad. I am an improvement professional. I need people participation to grow. If people do not talk to me, I am in trouble. Everyone with me on this thought? One method to identify root causes of a problem is brainstorming. Another method, if you realize process by definition is there are set of activities that are consuming inputs. They use resources to produce an output. Sorry. Use resources is supervised to produce an output. So if you as a leader, if you as a person try and look at it, there are only four things happening. There are some things, some activities that are being done. There are some inputs that are being consumed. There are some resources that are to be used. There is some amount of supervision that is needed to produce the output. Everyone with me? So if we find that the output is not working well, what does it mean? It means that one of these four.
One of these, yeah.
So either the root cause is set around set of activities. Either they are the set of activity itself is wrong, or that it is not being followed, or the inputs were either faulty, missing, late, in less quantity. Everyone with me?
Yes, sir.
Same for resources.
It's like a control system, right?
Correct.
Input, output, feedback, some of the parameters.
And trust you me, if you want to become a consultant, if you want to become a plant head, if you want to become a leader, you got to realize that there are only four things you have to control. So if you are looking at identifying why things are not working for you, maybe there is a problem with the set of activities that you're using, or there are problems with, I am Haldiram. I find that the sweets that I'm selling is not of the quality that my customer needs. So I set out to do root cause analysis. So what may go wrong? Maybe my mithai making process itself is faulty. Everyone,
Yes, sir. Or
maybe the fault
ingredients.
maybe the process is faulty, or that the process was not followed, or the ingredients were faulty, ingredients were missing, ingredients came late, or ingredients were available in less quantity. You had to use 2 kilograms of sugar, but only 1.5 was available. I used all that. Or the resources. So I need a truck to carry milk from one location to my factory. The freezing facility the freezing facility of the truck wasn't working well. Everyone with me? Yes, sir. Or my supervision is very unstructured. This is a common problem in this country. No one gets a training on how to treat people. How to manage people is an assumed skill. It is an assumed skill. No one tells you what to do. No one tells you of no. There's no formal training on how should you become a parent. No one tells you how should you become a manager. And if that be the case, you are more like a liability than an asset in the business. What is the role of a manager today? Nothing. What is your job? Only to shout at people. Only to shout. When I have evaluated myself for the past 2-3 months that I've started going back to AIG again, either I am there to give some financial approvals or some other approvals. That's it. That is my job. And then make a lot of fuss about anything which is not complete. Have I trained anyone there? I want Naveen to become better. But did I spend time with Naveen? I can spend time with a student Naveen, but I will never spend time with a Naveen employee.
And the people will think if we ask the same thing with the people, then they will say like it will come over time by your experience.
Which is rubbish. Which is rubbish. I'll tell you as a father. My son is about 18, 19 years old now. After my son was born, several years later, I asked my wife, during the time you were to become a mother and after you became a mother, how do you evaluate me? She said, you are the worst husband possible. You did not know at all to take care. Naveen, मुझे पता ही नहीं था. I did not know what am I supposed to
No
do.
one gets
I was
trained, sir. Yeah.
Manjunath, my wife actually said this in as many words. You are a horrible husband. Naveen, no one trained us.
Yeah.
That this is in Sweden. The moment you register your pregnancy with a hospital, there is a formal training that parent must take before you become a parent. They even go to the extent of reviewing your house, where will the child live. Are you prepared to become a parent?
They
हमारे यहाँ
will
तो ये सब कुछ
evaluate.
नहीं. हाँ? And I'm telling you something from my heart.
Yes, sir.
This job is taken for granted. So two methods we are saying: A, brainstorming; B, the 4 elements of activities, inputs, resources, and supervision. Another could be very simply the mathematical derivatives. A lot of time when I am pondering about what are the potential factors, if I were to look at breaking my project why, let's say I'm looking at doing a project on hiring time. I see that in the entire hiring process, there is a MPR, manpower requisition form is filled, sent to the concerned team, then it is approved, then search commences, then resume is received, then review by hiring manager, then interviews to happen, then a final interview, then offer released, which is accepted, then subsequently the person joins. If you look at each step, each of this will be taking some time. Everyone, there is some time that the approval is taking. There is some time that the resume search is taking. There is some time that the hiring manager is taking. So if I add all of them up, this becomes my recruitment time, which means these are actually very easy contributing factors. No? So from tomorrow, if I were to only eradicate this step, from tomorrow, no review by hiring manager. Immediately the hiring tat will come down. People?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Organizations tend to do this like 4-5 rounds of interviews. Or fine. If you are spending 4-5 rounds of interview, obviously the time will increase. The first level happened on Monday, then the next level is not available on Tuesday, so it will happen on Wednesday. Then the third round will happen later. All of that kind of a problem. So if you try and identify the maths behind how the project Y is being calculated, this could be a very simple, short and sweet list of factors, which will definitely impact because this is pure maths. This will definitely impact. I'm doing a project on improving the margin of a firm. It is very simple. Margin is equal to revenue minus cost. I can break the revenue into subgroups and then cost also in other subheads. Everyone? How do you calculate the overall cost of the company? I am saying uh, compensation cost plus this cost plus that cost. If I add all of them up, that becomes my overall cost to the company. Correct, my everyone? So consultant like me finds the easiest thread to attempt is this salary. Even if I were to look at some top salary drawers in the company, if I were to take them out, this will become very easy money, very easy help in terms of margin, because my cost will go down, and it is maths. Revenue minus cost is equal to margin. So if my cost goes down, my margin goes up. Everyone with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. In my previous job, the first project that my boss gave me was about reduction of manpower cost per hour. Simple thing. We found a lot of white elephants sitting in the company. People who were doing drawing crores of rupees, but were mostly in the guest appearance role. What will you do? Fire. Immediately your margin will go up. You can't let go of people people who are at the lowest rung of the company. They are the ones who are making the monies. The manager is in trouble. No, you are the one who is not adding value. I can't take the worker out. Worker is adding value. But the vice president, if he is not adding value, he will be redundant.
Actually, facts happens something else. The mid-level managers are getting
Huh? Because
most affected.
decision maker, if you ask a decision maker to say that, can you fire yourself? He will obviously say no. In my days, we saw that in a huge crisis time, we saw that if we were to all the leaders, the top management committee, if the top management took a 50% cut on their salary, we actually ended up saving 612 people jobs. 600 people are not equal to half our salaries. सोच के देखो कितना कितना dangerous है.
First,
And this is a reality. This is a reality. I know a very large company which got into trouble in the year 2024 and 25. The CEO wrote a mail to the board to say that from next month, my salary is 1 rupees. That is why the company got out of a major storm. No senior leader had the courage to take higher salary. He said, I will not let go of the workers. I will not let go of the workers. I will let go of my salary for 2 years. If I can't draw back as it is, I should resign. But thankfully, things improved after only 6-8 months. The board decided to compensate. After he recovered everything, after the recovery was done, he was adequately compensated. But it sent a very loud message to the team. Are you with me? What did the worker feel? That my boss chose not to fire me, but to take care of me at my hour of crisis. That built the organization, that changed the culture of the company.
yeah, few startup has already done the same mechanism in COVID period.
I'm not able to draw salaries with AIG for the past year. I've not been in the office because of my kidney transplant. So I said voluntarily, I will not take any salary. So hopefully in another 2-3 months, I will be able to start drawing. I'm of the view that if you are sleeping at home, not able to do anything, not even able to respond to emails, why the hell do you need salary for? With me, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You may also want to look at the existing subgroups in your data. So data is never coming in silo. Data will already have some heads, some headers available with them. Look at it. They possibly could be your contributing factor. So let's say an organization is capturing quality score. It is mentioning the name of the auditor. It is mentioning the date. They are mentioning shift, maybe machine, maybe mentioning something else. If you look at it carefully, possibly a few of them or all of them could be your potential factors. So one way we are saying brainstorming. Another is the set of activities, etc. Then we looked at a simpler one. We said, why don't you look at the mathematical derivatives? Or look at existing data strata. There's another tool called FMEA. I'm sure all of you know about it. So failure mode effect analysis as a tool is necessarily used to identify how things may go wrong. How a process may go wrong. So a lot of practitioners started to say, what is the root cause of the potential failure mode? That potential, that root cause of the, let's say, step number one in my quality process was pick up random samples. What may go wrong? The auditor may choose convenient samples. Possible, everyone? I wanted him to pick up the samples. Out of the 500 production that has happened in the first 4 hours, I wanted him to pick up 20 samples randomly. But because he's lazy, he decided to pick up top 20 only. And why did it happen? Lack of process, maybe lack of punitive processes. People with me? Why do you think our auditor may end up picking up convenient samples instead of random samples? What could be the reason?
He wanted to influence the output
Yeah.
or to make it job easier.
Or maybe like he's lazy or negligent. These could sometimes be the reason behind your failures. With me, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So these are some of the ways that that you could use to identify the potential contributors to a problem. And then once the potential causes are identified, you may want to showcase them using a fishbone or something similar. So step number one, we are saying, identify the potential causes. Once you have identified, saying you may optionally showcase the causes as part of fishbone. Everyone with me?
Yes, sir.
Once you have identified, you will want to collect data. So you will want to build a data collection plan for your factors. Collect the data for the factors, and then set out in your journey to validate your factors. Validate factors using a statistical method referred to as hypothesis testing. Let's take a 10 minutes break. On the other side, we start and complete our thoughts on the basics of on the hypothesis testing concepts. Okay, everyone? We start at 9 o'clock. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone, are we back?
Yes, sir.
People?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Naveen,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tanushri, Siddhant?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So we are now saying we have made certain guesstimates, some brainstorming, which has given us a list of potential factors. We are still not sure whether they actually impact our project Y or not. That is why we look at deploying a method referred to as hypothesis testing. Like the term itself is saying, hypothesis matlab meaning assumption. So we will be creating certain assumptions and testing them. Hypothesis will always be binary. One that is referred to as null hypothesis, another that is referred to as alternate hypothesis. Null will always say that status quo shall be maintained. While alternate will always say there is some difference, there is significant difference that happens. Let's look at three situations. Situation one, I'm saying, maybe I need to add. When you set out to check for normality, null hypothesis will always say data is normal. What do we mean? We're saying there are certain defined rules, mean plus minus 1 standard deviation, mean plus minus 2 standard deviation, mean plus minus 3 standard deviation. If the normality rules is being adhered to, that data is referred to as normal data. So when checking for normality, null hypothesis will always say that the data is normally distributed, while alternate will always say data is non-normal, or there is evidence of special cause variation. Everyone with me?
Yes.
If you are checking for relationship, if you are checking for relationship or impact, null will always say factor does not impact, while alternate will always say factor impacts significantly. For example, if I'm looking at a project around quality score and you are checking whether skill and impacts quality or not, this will say skill does not impact, while alternate will always say skill impacts significantly. While if you are checking for randomness of data, null will say data is random. That is, there is no evidence of any patterns in data, meaning no cluster, no mixture, no trend, no oscillation. Alternate will say data is non-random. That is, there is evidence of pattern in the data. People, are we together so far? And the decision-making criteria to accept or reject HA is referred to as p-value. Together, people? Yes, no, black, white?
Yes, sir.
We are saying there are two things. Hypothesis will only have two options. One that we are referring to as null. Null says nothing changes. Alternate says there is evidence of special behavior. So when you deploy hypothesis test to study normality, null will say data is normal. Alternate will say data is not normal. Whether to select, whether to accept null or whether to accept alternate will depend on a value referred to as p. P value also referred to as value of significance is a probability value. Meaning P can't be less than 0 or more than 1. So you can't have a probability of less than 0%. You can't have a probability of more than 100%. Everyone with me? And p-value explains the contribution of chance in any relationship. In statistics, chance is the contribution of factors other than your subject of interest. For example, I am trying to find out whether cat caused the accident. Accident could have been caused by other factors. Everyone? The factors could be maybe I was driving drunk, car malfunctioned, road condition, etc., etc. P-value will show you the contribution of other factors. In statistics, other factors that are not your subject of interest will tell you your, this is what your p-value will tell you. So let's say in the case of car and accident, we got a p-value equal to 0.15. It is saying 15% has happened due to other factors, 85% everyone with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
For next 5 minutes, let us assume a standard. let us assume that p-value, whenever p-value is greater than or equal to 0.05, we will refer to that as null hypothesis. Whenever p-value is less than 0.05, we will consider that as alternate hypothesis. Let's look at a few project examples. सजन राजी हो जाए फिर भी रोला नहीं पाएगा पागला सजन राजी हो जाए फिर भी रोला नहीं पाएगा. All of you can see my screen, correct? This is a project on attrition. Reduction of attrition is what we were trying to target. If you see, I have a factor here. This is employee tenure. You guys can see this? When I did this test, I got a p-value of 0.000. We took our standard as 0.05. 0 is less than 0.05. Hence, we will accept alternate hypothesis.
Alternate.
Tanushri, we're good. Manjunath, we're good.
Yes, sir.
We are saying tenure has a significant impact on attrition. Yes. Next one. P-value. Naveen S. Null or alternate?
Null.
Null. Meaning we don't have evidence enough to conclude that gender impacts. So we will say gender not impacting. Kanchan. Age. P-value. Impacting not
less than
impacting.
0.05, it's not impacting. So alternative hypothesis we have to accept.
Accept. Siddhant. Here in this case, p-value is coming at 0.
We need to accept it.
So we are saying essentially is we will need to conduct several tests. Each of these tests will publish some amount of some p-value depending on our acceptance value. Like in this case, I've assumed as 0.05. We will accept or reject the alternate hypothesis and they then take a decision. Fair so far, everyone?
Yes.
Another key concept to understand here is confidence interval, confidence level. You have to realize that often in our lives, we look at a sample to draw a conclusion about our population. Correct, everyone? Amma prepared 20 cups of tea before she served to the guest. She took 1 teaspoon of tea, tasted. What did she do? She picked up a sample, but her subject of interest was the entire 20 cups of tea. Correct, everyone? Yesterday's factory production was 1000. As quality team, we picked up 15 samples. While we picked up samples, our subject of interest is yesterday's production. Siddhant, with me? Manjunath, with me?
Yes.
That is why we are saying one very important question is, because you are not looking at the entire population, you are only looking at a sample, how sure are you about the answer that you've drawn? remember always, confidence level is directly proportional to sample size. If you want to be more confident, what you have to do? You will have to increase your sample size. Everyone with me?
Yes, sir.
Greater the sample size, greater your confidence will be. Lesser the sample size, lesser your confidence will be. And in statistics, we say that there are two errors that we will make in our judgment. One that is referred to as alpha error, another that is referred to as beta error. This is best explained using a quote analogy. Let us assume that I have been presented in the court of law as having committed murder. So there are only two possibilities. Either that Pranay is innocent or that Pranay is guilty. Yes, people? Only two options. You are the judge in the court of law. But you don't have a time machine. You don't have a time machine that you can use to go back in time to see whether Pranay committed this crime or not. You will have to base your judgment on the data that has been made available to you. Yes, everyone?
Yes, sir.
How will you decide as a judge?
Yes, sir.
You will decide basis the data that was given to you. So there are two kinds of mistakes that are possible. You can end up punishing the innocent Pranay, or you can end up freeing the guilty. Question is, which error do you want to make? ये तो होगा, because decisions are mostly based on samples. They are based on the evidence that has been presented in the court of law. My opposition vakil stood up and said that I heard Pranay say, I will kill you. But is that sufficient for you to take a decision whether I've committed the murder or not?
No.
Not sufficient, sir.
Not sufficient. In certain cases, you saw Pranay going into the corridor where the person was found dead. I am now leaning towards him being guilty, but I still don't have evidence. All civilized courts of law are of the opinion that we cannot punish the innocent, which may end up meaning that you may end up freeing the guilty. Yes?
Yes.
You want to be super sure
Yes.
before you want to punish. This punishing the innocent is what is referred to as alpha error. While null was correct, you actually accepted alternate. Or the ulta, alternate was correct and you ended up accepting. Why? Why did you do it? Higher sampling, lesser sampling, anything is possible. Now let us change the same story to a spy case or a terrorist act. Each one of us heard the name of Kasab during the Mumbai attack. But were you present there physically as the judge?
No.
Which error would you want to make?
No.
I would not want to free the guilty. No. Everyone.
Beta.
So we are saying there are two errors that are bound to be made. Which error? You are taking interview tomorrow, Shrungar. There are two errors that you can make. You can end up saying okay to a good person, to a bad candidate, or you can say no to a good candidate. Which error would you want to make?
No to a good candidate.
No to a good candidate.
I don't know. I'm okay with both as long as you are sure about what you're doing as an organizational policy. Please always remember, the greatest of people have not been greatest of communicators. Do you think if you took an interview of Abul Kalam he would be a great quality engineer? No. Sachin Tendulkar would not be able to tell you one sentence in your interview. His interview could be taken only through his bat. No.
Yes, sir.
The greatest of people that we have in the world have not always been greatest of communicators. You have to decide. Both of these will have their own repercussions. If you make alpha error, if you make beta error, both will have repercussions. Dependent on what situation you are. Who are you as a society? In cases of rape, in the cases of dowry, government, the law of the land started to say that nothing doing. I know I will make a mistake, but I don't want to free a dowry case. They said out of thousands and thousands of women who are being tortured in the name of dowry, I will want to make an event out of this. I remember Salman Khan's interview. He said several years after I was punished, I was very unhappy with my life. That my father said a very good thing. He said, Salman, if through your case, people have learned a harsher lesson that they have to be careful about lives on the road, I think it's a good punishment to have. Shungar, are you sure you will never hit anyone while driving on the road? Dhanushree, is it possible that your father has never hit anyone when driving on the road?
No.
Shungar?
No, sir.
Not the people, sir. Maybe some insects or something. I can.
No, but when you hit a car, there are people in the car. When you hit a bike, there were people on the bike. No,
Till now, I didn't, sir.
I am a very bad driver. I have had several accidents. Question that I'm asking is, do you want this to be the judgment? The entire country was uh, after the life of Salman Khan. An accident has happened here in Delhi right now. A young boy was driven over by a car. Manjunath, the entire Delhi stood up, wanted the kid to be hanged. Are you sure you will not hit someone on the road? Law is the same.
But still, no.
If you want that kid to be hung, it also means that Manjunath, tomorrow when you drive, when you hit someone, I will also ask that please hang Manjunath.
Yeah,
There are two
if it is
things.
made the law or rules, is common for everyone.
Siddhant?
In that situation, is frustrated. Maybe people will go that way.
So maybe your laws need to be framed differently.
Yes.
You need to start thinking about your laws very differently. Suddenly, there is a media trial going on for literally everything. A girl, a Delhi Aam Aadmi Party girl, accused a Sardar guy of harassment. The entire Delhi media, entire social media went against that kid. That kid lost his job. His family lost a lot of business. Finally, he took the girl to the court of law, and the court said that he was not guilty. But can you imagine the impact that it could have on the society? Would you want to refrain from passing judgment without seeing every evidence? I would. I would not jump the gun and to say that he is right and he's wrong. Here you are making the same decision. So when salary, let's say we wanted to find out whether salary impacted attrition or not. There are only two situations. Situation one, salary impacts attrition. The other is that salary does not impact. Salary does not impact is null. salary impacts is alternate. While alternate was true, you accepted null. This is what is referred to as alpha error. Beta error. When null was correct, you accepted alternate. You are making alpha error. Everyone with me? Think of the situation. Think of the cost of a mistake. Which is costlier? Alpha or beta in this case? Kanchan? So let's say we are hired as a consultant with the company that these guys work at. Kanchan, you have concluded that salary impacts because of your saying so. 15% of salary changed. The organization decided 15% hike of every employee. And just in case it did not impact, do you understand what the management will do to you?
Of course, that 15%.
It's a huge
Extra.
cost.
Yeah, so it will
It's
be
a
a huge
huge
cost.
This is a huge cost. So please realize that there is a cost associated with the mistake. Decide how much mistake is acceptable to you. Everyone with me? Shungar, you have concluded that skill impacts quality score. Even if you were to be wrong, there's not going to be a lot of cost impact. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Then it is okay to make that mistake. No, I'll not want to be very careful about this because it does not have a lot of cost impact. You have concluded, Shungar, that employee supervisor behavior is a key contributor. OTP. Employee motivation, supervisor behavior is a big factor of employee productivity. As it is, people should be respectful to each other. No.
Yes, sir.
So even if I were to call null as alternate, I don't mind. 776. Okay, thank you. Are you guys with me so far, everyone? What is alpha error?
Yes.
When null was true, you accepted alternate. What is beta error? The opposite. When HA was true, you accepted null. In fact, confidence level is mathematically equal to 1 minus alpha value. So actually, all major statistical softwares use 95% confidence interval. You can change it, but by default, they will use 95, which means your alpha
5%.
alpha will be 5% or 0.05. Everyone?
Yes,
That
sir.
is where this 0.05 standard has come from. Meaning, if you change the confidence level, let's say we increase to, we want it to be 98% confident. What will become the standard for my p-value? 0.02.
0.0.
Everyone with me? Yes, no, black, white people, we are good.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And the test that we perform. No, let's leave it at this. I'm sending this document over to you guys. First, look at it, ask questions if you have some. Then we proceed. सजनी राजी हो जावे फिर भी अरुला नहीं पाए धाम पागला सजनी राजी हो जावे फिर भी अरुला नहीं पाए क्या कर रहा है माय सोर सजनी राजी हो जावे फिर भी अरुला नहीं पाए धाम पागला Please quickly download this, go through, ask questions, then we proceed further. Okay, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So can we do some practical experiments in Minitab with some data? Sir?
After this, we will move to Minitab.
Sure, sir.
Sir, I think we can proceed further.
We can proceed further. Everyone, you're good?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So the entire journey of hypothesis testing will depend on data type of your X and Y. We are saying there are two possibilities. Y can be continuous or Y can be discrete. Yes, everyone? The only two things that are possible. I can either have a situation where either my project Y is continuous data or my project Y will be discrete data. When your Y is continuous, two possibilities. Either your factor or X is continuous or X or factor discrete. Similarly, when your project Y is discrete, your factor could be continuous or your factor could be discrete. So these are the four families of tests that we will study. Situation 1, Y continuous, X continuous. Situation 2, Y continuous, X discrete. Situation 3, Y discrete, X continuous, Y discrete, X discrete. So these are the four families of tests that are possible. And we will work to look at that. For example, when I start with a situation that my Y and X are both continuous. So I have a situation 1. I am saying Y is continuous data and X is also continuous data. I'm doing a project on, let's say, cycle time, handling time. And I find that my factor is also continuous. In such cases, the hypothesis test that you will use is either a test called correlation or a test called regression. And the graph that you build, the data visualization tool that you will use, that is your scatter plot. People, we are together. What is the situation? We are saying Y is continuous and the factor is also continuous. In such cases, you have the option of two tests, either correlation or regression. And the graph that you use generally is referred to as the scatter plot. Example, I'm doing a project on cycle time. This means my Y is continuous data. Or a project on hiring TAT. Again, Y continuous data. We are saying two possibilities. Either the factor is continuous. Let's say things like downtime, maintenance time, breakdown time. While my factor can also be discrete. Like shift, machine, supervisor, etc., etc. So I'm saying when your Y cycle time is continuous and your X is also continuous. So if I want to see whether breakdown time impacts my cycle time or not, the statistical test that you will do is either the correlation test or the regression test. In most cases, you will prefer the regression, and the graph that you will use to showcase that relationship is referred to as scatter plot. With me, everyone? While if you are in a situation that your Y is continuous, but your X is discrete, like in this case, shift machine supervisor, Y continuous, X discrete. If your data is normal, we will use a set of tests that are referred to as parametric tests, also referred to as mean tests. While if your data is non-normal, if your Y is non-normal, we will use a set of tests that are referred to as non-parametric. Or referred to as median tests. With me, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
सजन राजी हो जावे फिर भी परोला नहीं पाई था अगला डेटा कुठे गेलाय रे इथंच data. Let's start with the simple data first. No, let's start with this data first.
Sir, why continuous and X continuous? In that case, we are not checking the normality, right? Normal,
Yes.
non-normal.
No, not
Only
checking.
in the case of X is discrete.
Correct. Everyone, you guys can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is my project Y. Okay, cycle time. So Y continuous. Date. Continuous data, discrete data.
Continuous.
Continuous.
Discrete.
Discrete.
Continuous.
Discrete. Duration is continuous. Events are discrete. Shift, continuous or discrete.
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 Machine number, continuous or discrete.
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 Machine, this is machine number. So you are calling something as machine number 407. Nominal data mostly. Production, count of production, continuous or discrete.
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 If it is in kilograms or some dimensional information, it is continuous. Otherwise, it is discrete data.
Continuous. Continuous.
Shift breakdown time, continuous. Yes, everyone.
Continuous. Yes, sir.
Minutes.
So
Yes, sir.
if I want to see whether cycle time is impacted by shift breakdown time, what is the test I will do? Regression.
Regression of
Regression.
correlation.
What is the
Correlation.
graph that we will build? Scatter plot.
Scatter
Scatter
plot.
plot.
Scatter.
Which means whenever I will get this situation, I will simply copy paste. Power breakdown time, fantastic. Continuous regression.
Continuous.
So test is regression, graph is scatter plot. Oh, PM breakdown time, fantastic. Thank you so much.
Continuous.
Actual working hours, good. Everyone with me so far? So
Yes,
all
sir.
I'm trying to do is
Yes, sir.
I will identify what is the data type of my X and Y. If by my X and Y both are continuous data, I am using a test called regression and I'm using a graph called scatter plot. Should my data be discrete, like shift, then I will have to first check whether the data is Normal or non-normal?
Normal or no?
सजन मुझे हो जावे फिर भी बोला नहीं पाएगा. ये कमांड लाइन कैसे चालू हो गई है? Whatever. I have to check whether cycle time is normally distributed or not. 2-3 options. Easiest option is graphical summary. All of you can see this graphical summary. Double click on cycle time. Press OK. Right at the top, it will publish you the Anderson-Darling normality test results. You see this, everyone?
Less than 0.05.
Yes, sir.
P-value is
It
less
is
than
not normal.
0.005.
0.005.
Data is not non-normal, and the median is 2.4.
So I'm concluding that my data is non-normal. If you recall, if it is non-normal, what do? We get into the non-parametric test. Now we will be moving towards median value test. If it is normal, I will move towards mean value test. Everyone with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh God. It is 9:50. That's bad, but no worries. Next class onwards, it is going to become interesting Six Sigma sessions. तक तो theory था. Now comes the actual Six Sigma. This is going to become interesting. So please discuss between yourselves and see if you can manage Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I would want.
We are okay with it.
Siddhant, are you okay with Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday session next week?
Yes, sir.
Manjunath, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, okay?
Yes, sir.
Shungar, Naveen,
Yes, sir. I'm okay.
Naveen,
I am okay, sir.
Even Prasad.
Naveen S, okay?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm okay.
Kanchan, okay?
Yes, sir.
Tanushri has already told me yes. So we are now meeting Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 8 to 10, to get deeper into the analyze phase of Six Sigma. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please ensure that you have your Minitab ready on that day. If there are any challenges, please sort it out before that. I will download this video as soon as Microsoft gives it to me, and I will share the link to the video ASAP so that you guys can recall it. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Then I'll see you guys Monday, 8 o'clock.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Then see ya. Bye bye, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Hi, sir. Bye, guys.
Bye bye. Sajjan